Well, the title for this video is another question. What will it take to fix the world? Anastasia and her son Volodya, as I see it, are unique among humans. She said humans were messed with, our DNA altered to diminish us and turn us into slaves. Who did this? Demons, devils, or non-human entities that came from other planets is the answer some have suggested. Whether that is true or not, any partially awakened individual can see that something is terribly wrong. The most evil people on the planet seem to control everyone else with the fake money game and its deadly consequences. As Morpheus told him in the Matrix movie, quote, "You are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell, taste, or touch, a prison for your mind," end quote. So how do we get out of this prison without dying? That's the key, without dying. As I see it, this can only be fixed first on the spiritual side, then the material manifestation. If it were up to me, I would remove these charlatans to a planet in a galaxy as far removed from the Milky Way as possible. As long as they are allowed to remain in power, there will be no fixes, no solutions to the problem of evil control. Our brainwashing cannot ever be fixed until this issue is dealt with conclusively and with finality. Once again, I put the video that I had prepared a few days ago on hold as I do a follow-up video to the lecture that I gave that was the content of the previous video, which my friend Steve actually did not include a lot of the dialogue that came after. There was at least 15 or 20 minutes of dialogue more that was not included in that video, and probably you'll never see that. But there were other questions going back and forth, and yes, there were ladies in the room, although although you didn't hear any of them. We actually had more ladies there than we did gentlemen, actually. So it's interesting that that many of us now are thinking of solutions. Someone sent me a video. Donald Trump was in Melbourne, I guess just yesterday, I guess. And the airport was packed. I mean, they panned the area. There were hundreds, if not a few thousand people there, just packed to see Donald Trump. Donald Trump, folks, is not going to be the answer. Neither is Hillary Clinton, obviously. I mean, Hillary Clinton is a criminal. Bill Clinton is a criminal. George Bush, both of them are criminals. The people that we've had in high offices are criminals, but they work for the criminals named Rockefeller. They work for the criminals named Rothschild. They work for the criminals that sit in ivory towers and have meetings in secret where non-disclosure agreements are required of the reporters that attend these meetings, because they make them part of the inner circle. So don't tell people what's going on, because what we're doing is so corrupt and so bad. If people ever knew about it and woke up, they would stop it. But no, what the cabal has done is they hire people and give them jobs and money, and they call them soldiers, they call them police, to fight their wars and to enforce their sick rules that have nothing to do with freedom for humanity. It has only to do with control by these power elites, if you want to call them that want to sit in ivory towers and reap all of the benefits of being in control and enslaving everybody that would possibly stand up to them. And if we don't stand up, we lose. I mean, somehow those of us that are awakened have to be able to get a hold of more and more people so that so that there is an awakening, so that we can actually stand despite our fallibility, despite the fact that we don't have all of our codons turned on, despite the fact that we haven't developed the talents, gifts, and abilities like Anastasia and Volodya have done. Despite that, somehow we need to be able to have a greater power, or to bring in a greater power, or to awaken, whatever it means, however you want to look at it. We need to be able to become more than we realize that we are, and that we've always been. But again, we had our DNA tampered with. We were controlled, and on our most important, they've said junk DNA, junk DNA, junk DNA. That's what some of the scientists say. They find all this junk DNA that doesn't seem to do anything. It's not junk DNA. It's DNA that's been turned off, deactivated, and it's been done by the controllers. These are the demons. These are the evil people and beings that have run roughshod over creation. As Anastasia said, we weren't created like this. God made us knowing God and living in union and with nature. Everything was provided for us. And I don't buy this thing because Adam sinned. We've had to suffer through millennia of slavery and bondage and control by evil because of one man's sin of wanting knowledge. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think I said that in another video recently anyway, but I don't think there's anything wrong with knowledge. No, knowledge is good. I want to know, and I want to see the bigger picture. I want to be able to have an understanding where I can stand under something that is true, not a bunch of lies that have been fed to me and to the rest of my human culture by those that only want to control us. And we've got to be able to be empowered. If God isn't going to do it, at least empower us to be able to do it, so that we can, like Anastasia, stop bullets, so that we can, like Volodya, read, even as a little kid, can read the signs in the heavens and read what the Creator is saying to us in the subtle language of creation itself. Somehow we need to be able to rise up and take on our full stature of human beings as we were intended from the beginning to be. But we've been manipulated, as I said. And we need to end this brainwashing, this manipulation, this shutting off of our talents, gifts, and abilities. And we need to be awakened so that we can transform the world. We can do it. If God will do it in us and through us, that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. But it has to be done with the awakening of our supernatural powers that we don't realize we have, as Anastasia realized she had. And the only way she developed it is that her grandfather and great-grandfather didn't allow her to get indoctrinated by the system. The system is the problem, folks. We need to have a new system. Our forefathers in the United States gave us inklings of what it meant to be free. But we weren't ready to be free, and we lost control again to these bankers and international corrupt criminals that have chosen to live in ivory towers and suppress everybody else that doesn't want to play their game. Something needs to turn around. What will it take to fix the world? It will take an awakening and an empowerment experientially applied to the humans that have a heart and a mind and a will to do the right thing, instead of continuing along the paths that have been laid before us for generations. Thank you for listening to this video, and pray and commit yourself to the positive changes. Thank you, and namaste.